Hi everyone, today I will be doing a quick review of a pair of shoes I picked up. Here are the Salomon XT-6 in the white Lunar Rock colorway. Now this is a really clean colorway, but I will be dyeing the entire shoe, so do stay tuned. I'll be videoing the entire process and showing you the end result. I'm really excited for it. I hope it turns out well, fingers crossed. Back to the shoe, I will be skipping Salomon's history because there are many other YouTubers that have talked about it, but I will be briefly touching on S Lab. So S Lab itself is Salomon's experimental as well as performance line, where top athletes work with engineers to push boundaries of designs. It is very performance focused. There are also many notable brands that have done collaboration with Salomon's S Lab, like BBS, which have propelled them into the avant-garde fashion scene. I myself personally have always been a huge fan of BBS object dyed Salomons. That was where I got the inspiration to dye my pair. So in this video, I will be reviewing the all-white pair before its transformation. I'm hoping to give you close-up shots of the shoe to help you out with the sizing and to show you how I would style them. Starting off, here is the box that came with the shoes. Here's the model code and sizing. Here's a quick overview of the shoes. They did not come with any additional laces or accessories. It is in this white Lunar Rock colorway. And here are the tags. We'll start off with the external side of the shoe. At the back, you have the Salomon branding. And on the front, you have details of the S Lab branding as well. The upper is overlaid with this glossy material. It supposedly improves the durability of the shoe, and the rest of the upper is constructed by a single layer mesh for breathability. Here's the instep. You have the single layer mesh followed by the TPU material layered on top. At the back, you have the S Lab XT-6 soft ground branding. The Sensi fit is this triangular portion here which connects the midsole to the lacing system. It provides a better fit as well as a more snug and secure lockdown of the shoe. The Endo fit, on the other hand, is an internal fit sleeve which is designed to provide a more precise and sock-like fit. At the front, you have a more rounded, streamlined toe box. It also has a protective toe cap which is slightly more firm. Here's the back of the shoe. The shoe collar rides quite high up, giving you lots of stability. Moving on to the lacing portion. First of all, you have this very thin and strong laces. The laces run through an external lace loop which improves the fit as well as comfort of the shoes. The shoes uses Salomon's quick lace system, which is found on many of their models. The ends of the laces have this rubber grip. It has the lace lock with the Salomon branding. The shoe tongue is hidden beneath this external mesh layer. This is to prevent dirt as well as gravel from entering the shoe. And on top of that, you have the Salomon tag stitched on. At the top of the tongue, you have this lace pocket where you can store the excess laces after fastening the shoe. Also at the top, you have another pull tab with the Salomon branding. Next, I'll be showing you how the lacing system works. To put on the shoes, you unfasten the lace lock and open up the shoe. It is very elastic, so you can easily slide your foot in. After putting your foot in, you just grab the tip of the lace and pull down on the lace lock. It is extremely quick and simple, and with the additional laces, you can tuck them into the lace pocket. On the inside of the tongue, you have the sizing tag. At the shoe opening, you have a fairly padded mesh sock liner. Proceeding with the inner construction of the shoe, first off, you have the tongue which is stitched onto the external mesh flap. The shoe tongue is also made from a very thin mesh material, and both sides of the shoe tongue are stitched on to this more elastic material on the left as well as the right side, which connects to the bottom of the shoe. And it is worth noting, only the middle portion is stitched on, the front part is left disconnected. Here's the Ortholite insole, which provides a substantial amount of cushioning as well as breathability. It's interesting how they kind of combine the more cushioned foam, and it rides slightly high up, giving you more support. At the base, you can see it kind of cuts off here, combining with the regular insole up front. Moving on to the midsole of the shoe, you have the ACS, which stands for Agile Chassis System. It is a support feature which gives the shoe more stability as well as responsiveness. The ACS extends throughout the shoe, and the whole structure could be seen on the instep as well. On the instep, you have this pronation control. This is a slightly stiffer foam to help runners who over-pronate. And lastly, we have the outsole. It is made with this contour grip, which are basically these sharp lugs, which gives traction on soft, rugged, or uneven surfaces. An interesting detail to point out, the lugs on the outsole are placed very strategically, facing all directions instead of just forward facing. This is very well thought out by Salomon, ensuring that traction is efficient and is very well covered. The heel is also heavily stacked with more lugs on the crash pad, which really improves the durability of the shoe. Moving on to sizing, I'm normally a US 9 in most Nike sneakers, and for designer shoes I tend to wear a European 42. For this pair of shoes I picked up a US 9.5. I went up half size from my true size and it fits me perfect. I have a regular width feet, and width wise on this shoe it wraps around very comfortably and there is a nice amount of breathing space on the front. Width wise on this shoe it does fit a bit more narrow, but it is totally understandable because it is a trail running shoe designed to give more lockdown and To sum up my thoughts on the shoes, so I myself have never owned the XT-6 model before. I used to think that they were overrated. Everyone seems to have a pair and they are all over my Instagram feed. But after getting them on hand and trying them on foot, I have to admit, I understand the hype behind it now and it is justified. So first off, I'll touch on the quality as well as the construction. It is a very well engineered pair of shoes. All the features are very well thought out and they work together to contribute to the performance of the shoe. It feels very high quality for its retail price and it definitely exceeds my expectations. I myself personally enjoy the comfort a lot. It is a good balance between stability as well as cushioning. And after hours of walking in them, you do not feel sluggish. There's a nice amount of energy return. And lastly, the functionality of the shoes. To be honest, I have been pushing back buying these pair of shoes for so long, mainly because I cannot find a colorway that I like. Actually, I do have a colorway, but they are the DSM pairs, which your boy can't afford, so I have to custom DIY my own pair. But also, the main push for me getting a pair is that I'll be traveling overseas for about a month, around May, and I'm intending to only bring one pair of shoes. I want a pair of shoes that can do everything, and these pair kind of checks all the boxes. It has a good silhouette, it goes well with most of my clothes. Nice lacing system to make putting on and taking the shoes off really easily. Nice and lightweight, breathable, good support and stability, nice cushioning, very good traction, which is good for all terrains. I can use them for hikes, and a very durable upper, which is capable of withstanding lots of different conditions. I can go on and on, there's so many good things to say about this shoe, but I'm just gonna end here. It is a solid pair of shoes overall. Now I hope this video has given you the information you need on these pair of Salomon XT-6 in the white Lunar Rock colorway. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day.